Robbie's a neighbor, actually. Lives about a mile and a half from me. We went and helped him, me and a friend of mine, Jeff York, call him Red. We went and helped him, and I think he won like 4 races, and he was doing good. So we kind of knew right then it was like a good connection for whatever I did that he liked, or vice versa. And we just got to being friends and really starting to race together. And but later on, I had some medical problems and I couldn't run no more. So I didn't run no more. So I started letting Robbie run my car some. We just kept winning. I mean, we just kept winning. So he just got to kind of be my driver. He was off last week. He took a week off, went to the beach, and come back, and I walked by him Saturday, and I'm like, dang, you look good. Look like refreshed. You know, look like you've been eating good. You're a little fat. You know, you had a tan. I was like, you needed a week off. You look good, you know. I said, how you feeling? He said, I feel good. And he said, I'm burnt up from being out in the sun. He said, but we had a great time. I'm like, man, that's good. So, I mean, I really thought everything was fine. I'm assuming he thought everything's fine too. And I hear him take off, and I hear this, I mean, just terrible screaming motor, like out of the ordinary. And I've been over there for 30 years. The only thing I saw was his car landed and was kind of going down the straightaway, basically unmanned. Like you could just tell it was just doing whatever it wanted to do. I truly have never seen the video of him going through the corner. All I saw was he hit the wall. When he bounced off, I ran up and I seen the wheels flying and him just going down the track, and I seen him pulling the roof off, and I knew right then it ain't good. He would do anything for you. If you asked him, he would do anything for you. He was a good person, and he'll be missed. Yep, he'll be missed, gravely missed. Yeah. Known Robbie. Robbie's a neighbor, actually. Lives about a mile and a half from me, and he races, and so I see him every Saturday at the stadium, and lives a mile from me, mile and a half, and would go by and see him every now and then. But we actually raced in 2 different divisions. Like I ran modified and he ran limited, so didn't see him a lot, you know, just didn't talk to him a whole lot, but knew him, talked to him, neighbor, and all that. So was just always around him, you know. But I got to helping him many years ago. I was, like I said, I run modified, and I think my race was over or something, so I went and sat in the stands with my wife, and Robbie was running, and Robbie is like an excellent racer. Like, he has very good car control. He's really good. I mean, really good. And we was up there one night, and Robbie started up front, and I was like, Robbie gonna win this race. Man, he dropped like a rock. He started, I think, second and fell all the way back. I'm thinking, his car was just terrible, just terrible. And my wife, you know, she looked at me, she said, you need to help him. Like, his car something's wrong, you know. And Robbie was a one-man show. Seriously, we would go to racetracks, and Robbie would be there with his wife. Like, now I might be there with my guys and say, there's 8, 10 people with me, and you go to another car and there's a crew, a group of guys, but you'd go to a racetrack and it would be Robbie and his wife, and they went everywhere. I mean, everywhere he raced, it was just him and her. So he really didn't have the help. So my wife says, you ought to go kind of help him. Said, you know, he's probably having a hard time getting his car going again. And so I went and helped him, and shoot, I think after we went and helped him, me and a friend of mine, Jeff York, call him Red. We went and helped him, and I think he won like 4 races, and he was doing good. So we kind of knew right then it was like a good connection for whatever I did that he liked, or vice versa. And we just got to being friends and really starting to race together. And we went to a race at Ace years ago, and Robbie went with me to help me because I've been helping him. And I'm like, hey, if you want to run the race, you can run it. I said, tell you what I'll do. We'll go out and practice. I'll run. If you can beat my time, you can run the car. Well, he goes out, and he actually did not beat my time. But he'd never really drove a modified. He hadn't. And I'd been driving modifieds for years, and he only missed me by hundreds. But I picked on him. I said, well, looks like I'm running the race tonight. And I did run the race, and I won the race. And but later on, I had some medical problems, and I couldn't run no more. So it was basically, I think, the same thing Brian Vickers had that got him out of racing. But so I didn't run no more. So I started letting Robbie run my car some. We just kept winning. I mean, we just kept winning. So he just got to kind of be my driver. And he got sick a couple of years ago, and he wanted to change jobs. So, because the job he was doing, it required him to do some lifting, a lot of heavy lifting, straining on him. And he wanted to come to work. I asked him, I said, you're a good mechanic. I said, you want to come down there and be a mechanic? I think I'd like to try that. Well, now he's been down there for a couple of years, and he's a good mechanic. And, I mean, he was healthy. I mean, he got his strength back. He got his weight back. I mean, everything was good. I mean, everything was real good. And actually, even this week, he was off last week. He took a week off, went to the beach, and come back, and I walked by him Saturday, and I'm like, dang, you look good. You look like refreshed. You know, look like you've been eating good. You're a little fat. You know, you had a tan. I was like, you needed a week off. You look good, you know. I said, how you feeling? He said, I feel good. And he said, I'm burnt up from being out in the sun. He said, but we had a great time. I'm like, man, that's good. So, I mean, I really thought everything was fine. I'm assuming he thought everything's fine too. And I just walked by him. I walked by him and asked him, I said, because they draw for positions in that division, the modifieds qualify and the limiteds, they draw out of a bag. And I just walked in there and asked him, I said, how'd you draw? He said, I'm 7th. He said, we'll be all right. I said, the car running good? He said, yeah, car's good. He said, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. I went, well, good, you know, good. Wish now I'd have talked to him a little longer, but it is what it is. And then I talked to my son-in-law, hey, how'd you draw? He didn't draw as good, or he drew better actually, drew up front. But anyway, so the race was going, and I didn't think much of it. I heard him on the intercom, and I walked up and watched, and Robbie passed the car, and I'm thinking, man, he's moving up. He passed another car, and I did a good job, worked him good, passed him clean. Everything was going good. And I'm thinking, oh man, he's rolling good. Well, then a caution come out, and I was walking to go spot for the modifieds. Like I had to walk up to spot for the modifieds, and so I couldn't see what was going on. And I walked down just walking to go up to the stands, and I heard him say on the intercom, you know, calling out the running order, and Robbie was 4th. And I'm thinking, man, he's starting 4th. I mean, this could be on now. I mean, he's aggressive, so this could be good. So I started walking up the hill, and all of a sudden I hear him take off, like they dropped the flag, and I hear him take off, and I hear this, I mean, just terrible screaming motor, like out of the ordinary. And I've been over for 30 years, and I'm like, this don't sound right. So I took off running up the steps, and then I heard the crowd start hollering. I said, oh, something happened. So I took off, and I run up the steps. I run over to the wall, but by then, the only thing I saw was his car landed and was kind of going down the straightaway, basically unmanned. Like you could just tell it was just doing whatever it wanted to do. And I seen it resting at the wall, and immediately I thought, this is not good. This ain't good. I mean, like, how does this happen? It was a restart, going through the corner, and for him to drive it straight in the fence, it made no sense. I mean, I just don't know how this happened. So I truly have never seen the video of him going through the corner. All I saw was he hit the wall. When he bounced off, I ran up, and I seen the wheels flying and him just going down the track, and I seen him pulling the roof off, and I knew right then it ain't good. It ain't good, because he's way better driver. I mean, people have videos online of him. He'd go over to the stadium Saturday mornings and literally drift it. You know them drifters? He'd do it just to mess with them. He would drift it through the corners. I'm like, there's no way he lost control of this car on a restart through the corner. No way. So I knew something bad happened. Then I heard him start calling out the throttle hump. I thought, okay, well, that makes a little more sense. But even if the throttle hung, he could have drove it through the corner. You could hang that throttle, he'll get it through the corner. So I wasn't convinced. You know, I was like, no, this is not good. This is just not good. So, and it wasn't. It wasn't. So, it's pretty shocking. I mean, it is very shocking because he's worked for me for 2 years. He's strong as an ox. I mean, he's really strong. Just a good person, though. I mean, a great person. And it just totally catches you off guard how this could have happened. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is now, but he'll be missed. I mean, he'll be missed. Like I said, he was a great race car driver, like really one of the best. I mean, people like him should have done something with a racing career because he was that good. Like, he was talented in a car. He had great car control. He could make a bad car and make it look decently good, and he could take a good car and you couldn't beat him. I mean, he was just. We actually have run some races. We've run a couple of races, and I'm not going to say any names, but we've run against good drivers, like good drivers that everybody will know, and they've actually got out of the car and said, I can't do that. Like, he'd pass them, and they'd come in, and we're all happy. We're all, do this as competitors. We're all sitting around joking, and they're like, I can't do that. I mean, dude, he went around me. I don't know how he did that. I mean, I thought I was well in control of the race, and he just drove around me. I can't do that. So, very good. I don't know. Even when he was younger, he would tell me about it like when he drove dirt, I think he started out on dirt, and my understanding, his daddy gave him his backup car. Like, his daddy was really good in dirt. Like, his dad was good. Like, win championship, head in the points. And Robbie was getting old enough he wanted to drive. So his daddy said, well, you take that old car, that backup car, and throw that motor in it, and he'd go out and beat him. He'd go out and beat him in his daddy's backup car with his junk motor. So finally, I think somewhere down the line, his daddy kind of took it away from him. So, all right, no, go get your own stuff now, But he was just one of them guys that could drive. It just worked for him, But he was a good dude. Do anything for you. If you're one of them people that he really just didn't even like, there's always them. Like, yeah, I'll talk to you, but I don't like it. He would do anything for you. If you asked him, he would do anything for you. He was a good person, and he'll be missed. Yeah, he'll be missed, gravely missed. Yeah, he is just something stupid. He's actually done our turkeys for Thanksgiving, God, for the past 5-6 years. He just wanted to do our turkey. Thank you, for all the help. Yeah, it's going to be missed. You got any questions? Anything you want to know?
Yeah, so let's put a number to those years. I mean, you're talking about years of knowing him. How long do you think it's been?
Gosh, Red sent me a picture. We've been around him for the last probably 20 years. But really got to just knowing him and racing with him for the past maybe 8, 9, 10 years maybe. 12. It's been 12 years. Time sure does fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we started out like he had his car, and then we got another car, and they'd come out with a tour for the limited cars, and we was just going to run that tour. Man, we was between us and it was like Rock Harris. I mean, we was just wearing them out, just wearing them out. Like, we just won them all, and he won the championship, and it was a good battle with Rock Harris. But we got together, and even when I got with Rock, and I'm like, dude, we need to quit. Like, nobody is coming to these races because it's between us. I mean, nobody can beat us, and it's just bad. Like, we need to shy away from this so the series will build up and come out here. And a friend of mine, David Sale, he was over the series. Red, you want to come cut that off? Or turn it down, turn it off. But David was kind of over the series, and I told David, son, we're not coming back next year. Like, we were like the main people between us and like Rock Harris, and we were like the main people come to the race. But I said, dude, we're beating them so bad that nobody, I hear people now, I'm not coming back. Like, there's not going to beat you, so there's no need to come back. So me and David Sell was out here one day, and I told David, I said, why don't you put one of these motors in a modified? Because the modifieds have the big 18-degree motors, very expensive, very powerful. I said, and this was a crate series. I said, why don't we put why don't you let me put one of these crate motors in my modified and let's go practice it, and we'll see if we can get this to catch on. And then the young racers that want to come up through the series can drive something more affordable. You can take a modified, which is a different type car, it's a cool car, put an affordable engine in it, and let's go see if the series are built up. So David did. He said, I think that's a good idea. He said, I'm going to call a couple other people and see if they'll do the same thing. So he did. He called a few people, and they're like, yeah, I'll put one of those motors in my car. So a few of them started putting motors in, and we actually started going out and doing a few exhibition races to let people see. And even with the crate motor in it, we're literally not maybe 1 second off the big modifieds, and it's mainly just, it's that big straightaway speed. Like they'll just get us, but to go watch a race and look at it, you don't notice a whole lot of difference. But there's a big difference between a $7,000, $8,000 motor than a $40,000 motor, you know? So I thought this is something that could really catch on. I mean, this could do good. So, but there again, you got to turn around. I've been running modifieds for 25 years. So I know the modifieds, you know? I may not be the best, but I know the modifieds. Been driving them forever. So we start running races. Well, people start showing up. We start having some races. Well, we're just killing them again. But they don't know. They're learning, and they will catch up. They will. And one of the coolest guys out there is the Louders. They didn't fuss about us at all. They didn't. Louders, I'll figure you out. I'll catch up, you know. Everybody gripes about the Louders, you know, but they were fine. They were fine. They're like, hey, you beat us. We will catch up. And they did. But it's fine. But when we first started, we started beating them, and really, there again, was about to ruin that. So I got to the point where I wouldn't buy Robbie no tires. And tires are everything on racing. Tires are everything in racing. So we'd go to a track, and I think we'd done one like 9 out of 11 races. And I'm like, dude, we got to stop. These people are really mad at us. And so we went one night, and everybody goes to impound to get their tires. I said, I ain't buying no tires. I'm not going to buy no tires. Rob said, oh, you got to buy tires. I said, dude, it don't matter if we don't win. It don't matter. I said, let somebody else win. It's fine. Was at Orange County. So Robbie goes out there, and I think he still qualified like second or third, something like that, with our old junky tires. And they start running the race, and Louder, who caught up, he's gone. I mean, he's got a straightaway on everybody. He's gone. And Robbie's running, I think at the time, because our tires didn't fire off real good, and we're probably running 4th, 5th, maybe 6th. We're running, all of a sudden Robbie starts passing a car. Their new tires are wearing out, and his old tires are just old tires. Well, he starts passing a car, starts passing another car. All of a sudden, he's in second, and Louder's got like a straightaway on us. Robbie is running. I'm like, dude, calm down. You're about to crash. You're running so hard, you're about to crash. Just calm down. Man, he is digging and digging. He got probably within 2 car lengths of catching Louder. Louder won, but he finished second, about 2 car lengths back. We did not buy no tires. And that was probably one of our better races, just to show the grit Robbie had. Like, okay, I'll show you. I'll take this thing and go anyway. And yeah, sure did. So the only really races we didn't, I wouldn't buy him no tires. And he always mad about it. I'll buy them. I'll go get them. No, we're not going to put no tires on it tonight. So,
Talk about how he helped Taylor when she started racing. I know she mentioned in a message to me that he was a big help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we started Taylor out at a bigger track. And you'd think that's stupid, but it's hard to learn at the stadium. Things happen the stadium might be one of the hardest places you can run. It happens fast, the corners are tight, it's fast. So we actually took her to another track, and Robbie went with us. And Taylor did good, she did good, but just off like any new driver would be. And he would go out, he would talk to her, and then he would actually take his car and go on the track and run and say, okay, follow me, just follow me, stay in my line. And he would start pulling away from her, and Robbie like, come on, where you at? Let's go, come on, catch up, let's go again. And they'd just run, and she would follow him. And there's times he'd go out there and put cones out on the track, like she would cut the corner real tight. Yeah. You can't do that. He'd go out there and put cones out, and make her drive around the cone to get to the corner. Well, the first cone she come to, she plowed through it, tore the nose up. Like, she is turning down there. I'm coming. I don't care what's there. So she hit the cone, tore the nose up, but eventually she caught on, and we went to a race with Taylor, just talking a little bit about Taylor and bragging on Taylor. We went to Kinley, which is a fast track. And Taylor had been running these local Caraways, Ace, Bowman Gray, We go to Kinley, and we pull in the truck, and as soon as you pull in and you go down the back straightaway, all you see is a wall, like a wall of the track. Taylor's sitting there, and she said, "Oh no." And I said, "Taylor, you don't have to do this. You do not have to do this." She said, I'll try it. No problem. So we go out for her to try it, and Robbie says, "Follow me." So she's following him. All of a sudden, she is on his bumper. Next thing I know, she passes him, and she is pulling away. And I'm thinking, all right, she'll be all right. She wound up winning the pole, and she won the race. Robbie finished second. And it was so funny because he was trying his best to get her. He would come off the corner, and he'd turn under, and his car would kick sideways where I could read the whole door number on his car. He could not get by her. And Taylor's type person, if she can run a certain lap time, she'll run it every lap. She just puts her head down, and if it's an 80, it's going to be an 80 till tomorrow morning. She just keeps running that lap until everybody else will mess up, and it'll cost them lap time. She just keeps going. And she wound up winning the race.